Okay, have you ever wondered what life would be like if bees disappeared? No honey, no colorful flowers, and believe it or not, much less food in our grocery stores. Okay, today we're going to read a passage called The Buzz About Beekeeping. And I'll show you how to figure out the meaning of these tricky science words by breaking them down just like a reading scientist. All right, I want to do a quick poll. Raise your hand or say it out loud if you've ever seen a beehive up close. No? Okay. What about trying fresh honey? Great. I see some of you have tried that. That's great because that background knowledge is going to help us today. So, skilled readers think while they read, they ask questions, they notice clues, and break words into smaller parts to understand their meaning. This is called think out loud, and I'm going to model it for you. Let's say it together. Think out loud. Thank you. So, today's objective, I can use what I know about prefixes, suffixes, and roots to understand science vocabulary. Okay? Here's our objective. Let's say it all together. I can use what I know about prefixes, suffixes, and roots to understand science vocabulary. Fantastic! Okay, so I see in our passage, I already see one of these big words, and it's pollination. Okay? So when I think about pollination, I'm thinking that, well, I know pollen comes from what? Flowers. Yeah. Pollen comes from flowers. So pollination must have something to do with flowers. I'm thinking maybe it's about how flowers grow or get moved, even, or spread, right? I'm going to keep that in mind as I read. So let me read part of this passage. One of the most important jobs that bees have is pollination. When bees fly from flower to flower, pollen sticks to their legs and moves to other plants. That confirms it. I was right. Pollination means plants grow by spreading pollen, okay? I figured that out by connecting the root pollen to what I already knew. All right, let's look at this word, non-native. Okay, I'm going to think out loud. I'm going to stop here at the word non-native. We're going to break it down. Non means not. Yes. And native means
comes from here.
yes, good work. Yeah, it means something that belongs here, came from here. So the word non-native must mean something that came from somewhere else. Maybe a plant or animal that was brought into a place. So you see how breaking the words into parts helps us figure it out. Okay, it's can be that easy. But let's stop right here. Let's take a break. Let's take a buzz break and play a game. Okay. We're gonna do a fast word game. If you hear a word part like a prefix or suffix, buzz like a bee and tell me what it means. Okay. I'm gonna go real fast. Disappear.
Well,
I hear a buzz. Why'd you buzz?
I buzzed because there's a prefix and disappear, and the prefix is this, and the root word is appear.
Very good. Okay. Unhelpful.
Buzz.
Why did you buzz?
because there's a prefix in unhelpful, and the prefix is un.
Very good. Okay, next word, real fast. Fearless.
Well,
I heard a buzz. Why did you buzz?
I buzz because there's a root. The root word is fear, and the suffix is less, and less means not to have.
Yeah, that's right. Nice buzzing, everyone. You caught dis, which means not, on, which means not, and less, which means without. So keep those in mind. Keep the meaning of those prefixes and suffixes in mind. It's going to tell us more about what the word means. So now it is your turn to try it with me. Okay? I have the word invasive up here. So look at this word. What parts do you notice? Take a second just to think about it. The word invasive. Okay? So first we want to try and break it into parts, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so if you notice the word, you notice at the end of the word we have it. Yeah, that's at the end of the word, which often means that something is doing something, like the word active and protective. You're active, you're doing something, you're protective. You are in the act of protecting, right?
Yeah.
So what do you think about the root word? When I see the root word, I think of invade, right?
Yeah.
So what do we know about invade? What does that mean?
To take over.
Yeah, it sounds like take over. So if we do invasive, what do we think that means?
The act of taking over.
Yeah, it is like that. So invasive might mean something that spreads or takes over in a place where it doesn't belong. Okay. That you guys did great. That's how you become a word detective. You look for the clues. First, you want to break them into smaller words. You're going to look for the clues in those words. Use what you already know. So I want to do a quick check here. Thumbs up or thumbs down. Let's try a sentence. Give me a thumbs up if this helps confirm or guess, or thumbs down if you're still not sure, okay? Let's read this passage together. The invasive plants quickly covered the native flowers, choking out sunlight. Does that make sense? Thumbs up. If it doesn't make sense, thumbs down. Okay. Awesome thinking. Context plus word parts. It's like science success, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's do a hands-on activity. I got an idea. Let's play this game. We're going to take a quick word building break. And you can use your scratch paper or your notes to build your own word. So, here is the word that I did. I have on my first card the word bio. And bio means life, right? And on my second card, I have phlogy, which is the study of. Okay, and I put those two words together. So I got it right? This way? Biology. Okay, it's the study of life. Try making your own using any prefix or suffix we've used and see what words you can come up with. We did prefixes like un, not, dis, and see what you can come up with. I'll give you a couple of minutes to do that. Okay? I'm going to go around, just check. You guys are understanding. Nice work. I like it. We are almost through. Okay. All right. Time is up. Is there anyone who would like to share their word that you made?
I did
Okay, Miss Abigail, share your word with us.
unhappy.
Right. You have the word un, which means not, and happy, which is like joy. So you're not unhappy means not happy, not full of joy. Very good. All right. I think you are all on the right track. I would like to do some independent practice. This is where you are going to show what you know. Okay. I have these. I will hand them out. So it's your turn to show what you know. Here's a list of our vocabulary words. Start by rating how familiar you are with each word. Then choose 3 to 5 words and do one of these. You're going to either write down the definition in your own words, okay? Use a word in a sentence, or you can even draw or, draw a picture of what you think it means. Okay? I'm going to pass these out. Make sure everyone gets one. There you go. Okay, and be creative. There's no wrong answer. There's no wrong way to do it. Pick what helps you to show your understanding the best. Okay, I'm going to give you 5 minutes to work on that. I'll go around, see if anybody needs any help. All right, 5 minutes are up. Let me have all your work, please. Go ahead and pass them forward. Fantastic. Okay, so I think we did pretty great today. Today, you learned how to use word parts like prefixes and roots and suffixes to understand tricky vocabulary words, right? We did like non-native, invasive, pollination, and you guys did a great job, okay? Yeah, you learned to use the parts to understand tricky vocabulary words in science. So before we go, let's just do one more exit buzz. Everybody like to do that?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So I would like for you to write down on our exit board one word part you learned today and what it means. Okay? Great job. And next time we'll explore even more about how bees impact the world around us. Thanks for reading and thinking with me today. Keep buzzing like a bee, curious and hardworking. Great job. I'll go over your exit slips.